Council, Bev Perry, Appellant for the project. I will be presenting some rebuttal remarks tonight, and we have 4 other people who will also give you some remarks just to liven it up and so you can look at some different faces along the way. During the public comments at the last council meeting, several chamber members spoke about the lack of housing for C-class executives, which I suppose they meant to be CEOs, CFOs, COOs, all those C people. That they demand top quality homes with large lots and low density. Oh, and let me just mention to you real quick, if I might, I'll be handing out at the end of all this each of our remarks and the PowerPoints that go with them, so you don't have to be, other than if you want to, you don't have to scribble like crazy. That they demand top quality homes with large lots and low density. The majority of the Madrona homes will not have large usable lots. Also, the applicant has been very vocal about the fact that they're clustered on the site, which is basically so that they can fit as many homes as possible on the little usable land available after a whole lot of grading. Let's delve into this a little bit more. The definition of executive homes is a marketing term for a moderately large and well-appointed home. Estate homes, on the other hand, are a piece of landed property, especially one of large extent with an elaborate house on it. I looked these up, I didn't make them up. Madrona says that their development will contain, and I quote, 162 semi-custom estate homes, close quote. 60% of them have lots under 15,000 square feet. To be fair, a few of the lots are good size, but many of the larger lots are actually functionally smaller because they have steep, unusable slopes, some of them 50% less. On the other hand, some of the lots will have big homes, but really not a lot of surrounding land with them. In total, the proposed Madrona homes sound more like executive homes, which are very nice, but which we now have plenty of in Brea. Olinda Ranch and Blackstone have new homes well over 4,000 square feet. Other parts of Brea, well, the homes may be older, but some have very big lots. And we do have some estate-type homes in Olinda Village with very large lots and bigger custom homes in a rural setting. But what do these Brea neighborhoods have that Madrona doesn't? One word: amenities. Not pocket parks, but real parks, like, for example, Blackstone and Tomlinson. Rec centers or clubhouses, like Glenbrook and North Hills. Community pools, like Birch Hills and Park Paseo, to name a few. Ball fields, basketball, or tennis courts, like Country Hills, where I live, and Blackstone. Tot lots and playgrounds, like Park Paseo and North Hills, to mention a few. In short, gathering places that make a neighborhood special. Madrona isn't special because it doesn't include any of these amenities, and it's mainly more the same housing product we have plenty of. And contrary to what some of the business folks think, we think the housing in Brea serves all income levels quite well in a very family-friendly atmosphere that's hard to find. And I think you'll find some of those C-class executives have lived here in Brea for a long time, and there are reasons why they do. And it's because they really like the community. I'd also like to rebut a couple things from the Orange County BIA representative, and I apologize, Building Industry Association, pardon me. Number one, he said that SCAG, which is the Southern California Association of Governments, our regional government, has its growth projections, so cities need to plan for reasonable growth, and any new housing helps. Well, for those of you who may not know, I know the council does, state law requires the city to plan for, but not build housing. That means identifying land within the city that could accommodate housing should a developer, property owner, want to build it. In Brea's recently updated housing element, the state mandates that the number of planned above moderate units be 785. Brea has actually identified sites that can accommodate about 2,500 above moderate units, 3 times the number needed. So we're way above the number, and we don't need Madrona units to meet our housing requirements. The gentleman also said that your general plan, our general plan, is definitely consistent with the Sustainable Community Strategy. Yes, the 2004 plan is, but not the 1986 general plan and Carbon Canyon specific plan that this is being developed under, just to clarify. On another subject, I feel really compelled to counter those folks who say that we, the appellants and other folks who have spoken against this project, we don't want it built because we're NIMBYs, not in my backyard. First of all, I think that's kind of a lazy argument. If you think the project is good, then come up here and make your points. To just dismiss residents of this community by calling us names means that you can't or won't do the work to state your case. And I hope the council knows I'm speaking to those who have said that, not meaning that you have. Secondly, our appellant group and Stop Madrona supporters come from all parts of Brea, not just Carbon Canyon. And I'm sure you've seen the supporter signs around town. People all over Brea are watching this because as Madrona goes, so go the hills above all of Brea, especially on the western side of town. And contrary to what some folks think, again I'll say, I voted for the Olinda Ranch project, much to the consternation of some. Plus, why is it wrong for people to care about their neighborhood when a new development is proposed? State law requires cities to give notice to those within a certain radius of a project because it might make a difference to them, positively or negatively. And cities want to know from their citizens if there are things that they may have overlooked or just don't know about. That's why we have a public hearing process. The reason so many of the folks who live in the canyon have spoken up is because they live with the challenges of that rural environment and can speak to some of the problems with this particular development proposal from first-hand experience. They also, if you haven't noticed, have some pretty great credentials to do so. They care about Brea and any future residents who may live here. Frankly, every citizen in Brea, we believe, should be saying NIMBY, not in my backyard, about this project. But one thing you haven't heard from the appellant group is that we don't want housing, period. We oppose the Madrona project because it's bad planning that goes against the council's goals and mission statement. It's in a very high fire hazard severity zone. Again, that is a technical term. The most dangerous in Brea. It goes against the declared values of your residents. It sits on earth that's earthquake and landslide prone. It has horrendous traffic with only one road. I repeat that, one road in and out. The project has little to no financial benefit to the city. These homes aren't the estate homes that are being touted, and it will use up to 4.5 times the drinking water of an average Brea household would use in perpetuity to maintain the fire fuel mod areas. Now, other speakers will, from the appellant team, will have rebuttal remarks on finances, natural resources, geology, and fire. Eric? Thank you.